What's going on, everybody? It's Liam here, and welcome to another video on the channel. And in today's video, I got a different form of content for y'all. We're basically going to be reacting to the boss that Wizard101 put in the game that everybody's calling the Liam boss. Now, in case you guys don't know why it's called the Liam boss, is essentially the whole gist of the fight is basically to like buff Storm and something like that. And the whole like meme or the whole like shtick around my name is, well, buff Storm, right? So I don't really know what the fight is about at all. We're going to be watching Almond's video and reacting to it together. If you guys enjoy this video at all, a like, rating, and a sub is always appreciated. And let me know what you guys think about this fight down there in the comments as well. I think this is going to be really funny, and I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, so we're on Almond's channel right here. Mr. Montgomery, I don't know how to pronounce that. Love Storm. Challenge mode. Later, Liam's gonna say Nerf Storm. Okay, dude, that's funny. All right, y'all. So we're gonna watch this together and react to it. And yeah, let's get right into it.
Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Almond.
Hopefully, y'all can hear the audio fine. I'll turn it up a bit in case you can.
In today's video, we're going to be going over an honestly interesting challenge mode fight that's probably up there with one of my favorites, and it's funny because of multiple things. So the challenge mode that we're going to be talking about is Mr. Montgomery. Mr. Montgomery, you do fight initially in one of the dungeons towards the end of the arc.
See, I never got that far.
The fight is honestly not that hard. I did it with two people, just literally me and Edak, and it was literally a breeze. So you shouldn't have issues with the regular mode, but there is a challenge mode, and it resembles one of y'all's favorites PvPers that are up in the community, Liam. And honestly, you can interpret this fight many ways. You can be like, well, the dev that designed this boss is called Stormbringer, and the premise of the fight is the boss is bringing Storm. So you could argue that too, but honestly, it's a funnier concept if you say it's named after Liam.
Yeah, you know what's funny is the first person to actually tell me this was Mr. President Snowden. He came in my stream chat a day or two ago, actually, and he said, Liam, there's a fight named after you called like Mr. Montgomery. And I didn't believe him. I thought he was trolling, or like well, I thought he was making fun of my voice being like so monotone, because that's a common critique I get on the channel here. So I thought he was just being like an asshole, or like making fun of me, or like just joking. But no, he was actually serious. So that's the first time I heard about it, was actually from President from my stream chat a couple days ago. So that's an interesting thing.
Reasons behind that, so we'll talk about the whole premise of how to do this fight. Pretty easy. I mean, it's still kind of like tedious, but it's still fun to just talk about. So
you do not have the power
and how to do this fight whenever it does come into live round.
That's funny.
I'm on that grind, man.
Be sure y'all check out Almond, bro. He's been grinding Wilder content.
Now, Mr.
If you haven't, y'all, he's pretty good.
Good guy. Call him. Essentially buff Storm every single round, and he will double his blades.
Hell yeah, dude.
At the end or at the beginning of every round.
I wish I had that in PvP.
He will non-stop blade himself constantly, so his one blade turns into two blades, into four blades, into like literally non-stop buffing himself.
Bro, imagine that in PvP, bro. Like if you had a Storm card that multiplied the amount of blades on you, like if I had 4 blades that I multiplied that, like that'd be so cool, dude. Honestly,
like
that'd be cool.
Crazy, like to the point where he does D-lances, bubbles, auras, literally everything up the alley.
Dude, I wish I had that.
At any cost to buff Storm. He needs the power to buff his Storm hits. Now, at the end of the round, he will hit you with a Storm Lord every single round, right?
Damn.
So, the whole premise of the fight is you have to survive.
What does he say? You cannot take it from me. You do not have the power.
Nerf Storm. It's really a funny concept. There's so many ways you can interpret this fight, but how
facts chat, dude. They're literally trying to nerf Storm every single update. It's a conspiracy theory that we can now prove. King's Isle always nerfing Storm left, right, and center, even though it's objectively the worst school. Hell yeah, chat. We can finally confirm this.
Reading it is, it's Liam, he's trying to buff Storm, and we're over here nerfing Storm. So what we're doing is we're spamming weaknesses, we're spamming dispels, we're spamming vampires, we're turning those infections into -60 storm weaknesses. We're using deadly depths with the school pip. We're using everything at our
That's
arsenal
funny.
to nerf Storm.
That's funny, dude. That's really funny.
So it's honestly a really funny concept. Honestly, it's just so funny. Like I said, you can interpret this many ways. But that's honestly how you do the fight. Now it gets really ramped up fast, and you guys are probably wondering, well, how am I supposed to kill him, right? If I'm just spamming weaknesses, I'm not getting anywhere. Now the reason behind that is Mr. Montgomery wants you to survive 7 rounds because he keeps telling you, hey, you do not have the power, you cannot take it from me, right? Because I have the power of Storm, right? I am just a god.
Yeah, I wish Storm was powerful in PvP.
Yes,
I wish it was. It's not though.
From this fight, I feel like he has almost like 100 resist or even more, due to the fact that I literally was using gyms. I was testing out things.
Maybe that's why he's good. He's got the best stat in the game on a good school. Maybe that's why he's good fights. Mr. Mont has got his stats right.
Like that. You can stun resist the storm lords, but you just take so much damage. So there's that. So the fight ramps up pretty quickly if you aren't spamming weaknesses on this fight. If you aren't turning infections into weaknesses, or if you are not turning his blades into weaknesses. Basically anything you have to change into weaknesses. You do not want him to have buffs.
That's so funny.
So you're having like 3 people just non-stop doing debuffs, and the last person is always going to spam a dispel. The dispel is mainly for that Stormlord, because if you take that Stormlord, it does so much damage. It's actually absurd. I think
not really. I wouldn't say it does.
Like with the 20k Storm Owl.
Oh, dude, I wish, bro. Oh, dude, my Storm Owl does maybe 3,000 damage in PvP with a buff. Literally, bro. I wish, dude. I would need like Strike, 200 Pierce, and 6 buffs to do that much. Literally,
and this is challenge mode, kid you not. So you get nuked in this fight if you aren't spamming dispels, if you aren't spamming weaknesses. So even with the convictions and stuff like that, if they make it so you can't use dispels in this fight, honestly, this fight is already like, it's probably gonna turn into like a mess to the point where we're gonna have to make sure people are doing.
Oh, is he using Insane Bolt? I don't use that. Have, like, that card sucks.
Convictions at all times, because
that's not accurate to the lore. It's not accurate.
So in a sense where, hey, if you get stunned, I'm not putting a stun block on you, but you are getting stunned, so he can.
Dude, imagine PvP like did not have stun blocks. Like you would just see Myth spam Medusa over and over, and they could not lose. It'd be crazy if it followed the Beast Moon format.
Consistently chain stun if you are not having a dispel or you do not have a conviction up. You will literally just non-stop stun you. Unless for some reason you bought the Witchcrafter bundle that recently came out and you have a stun immune build. Hey, I mean, you can be immune to the stuns, but you will still take a lot of storm damage from Mr. Montgomery. So it is crazy when it comes to that. So that's why dispels are very helpful by having the last.
It seems like he's enjoying this.
In the fight, spamming dispels non-stop, and then just having the other 3 people just either just set up a bunch of weaknesses. Like I said, doing you
do not have the power.
I love that. Is really good.
Love that.
What you can also do is just spam regular weaknesses. You can use deadly depths. Just basically have like a half deck full of cards.
This is so funny.
On your Arch Mastery. Via your deck.
There's 4 different buffs in one round.
Every couple rounds.
He just bubbled, aura'd, balance bladed, and storm bladed in one round. That's crazy, dude. I wish you could do that. Maybe that's the only way Storm can keep up in the PvP meta. You know, maybe it did.
Switches his blades. You can use.
What we got right now is horrible. You know,
there's so many things that you can do in these things. So like, it just really comes down to personal preference, how you want to do this fight. Like I said, I was doing vampires, and you can do other ways. I know some people were saying, well, you can use storm shields. We tried using storm shields. He has like 60 pierce or something, like some absurd amount.
I wish I could get 60 pierce. I can't. I'm stuck at shitty 54, and they buff resist every update. Hell yeah, dude. Buff Storm. Get us to 60 pierce, like Mr. I can't pronounce his name. Mr. Mont. Give us resist. Buff our pierce to 60. Hell yeah. There we go, devs. Take ideas from this fight. Perfect. Absolutely. 100%. Let's
amount.
go, dude.
So even then, just spamming storm shields is, I mean, you could do it, but you're taking more damage. And I feel like using stuff to either convert his blades into weaknesses or putting weaknesses on him, like the -60s with vamps, basically help out the fight a crap ton. Just because of the fact that, hey, you are getting one shield versus just multiple weaknesses, and it's just better. So that's another thing. And then, like I said, after 7, I think it's like around 7 rounds or something like that,
I wish they like made him like a character, like a wizard character with like a storm stitch. That would make this like way more funny, you know? That would have been hilarious, but I guess they kind of had to fit the theme of the world and stuff like that, right? It kind of makes sense, guys.
basically just kills himself. He basically says, hey, I guess you do have the power. And he decides to just kill himself.
What? He just commits suicide after he can't kill you? That's crazy, bro. Wow. I mean, that's kind of accurate, right? I just be fleeing because of snipers and being harassed and shit, right? Or like, you know, if you deck fail once on a storm, it's over, so you just move on, right? So I guess that's kind of funny. Do we see that?
So it's basically a survival tactic in this fight. Survive the storm, because it is bringing a storm. Or ideally, you can say he's trying to buff the storm, and you're basically nerfing the storm.
Yep, that's it, bro. That's it, bro. The community wants Storm buffed, and then Kingstown nerfs it every update.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, dude.
honestly, the Liam fight, it's pretty interesting. Honestly, it's up there. It's just
Very
funny
accurate.
because you can literally say this resembles Liam, because if you don't know who Liam is, he is a content creator via the PvP community. He's very like he likes Storm. I
He
will
likes
say
Storm. That's
He
a
likes
understatement.
Storm. And he does say that Storm needs a buff every time there is an update. He says Storm needs.
You know, if they actually buffed the school and listened to the community, I could say it once and never have to say it again. But unfortunately, we have the same problems every update because of ignorance. So yeah, it does turn out to be the same thing over and over when nothing changes, unfortunately.
Needs to be buffed every PvP match. He's like, Storm needs to be buffed. If I go on any Discord, he says Storm needs to be buffed. Yeah, Storm definitely needs to be buffed, and we're basically the devs nerfing Storm in this fight. So that is my way of interpreting this fight.
You do have that power.
Do you want to help me
And
out
what?
when it comes to challenge mode?
He
or any other videos I need to
sacrifices.
record? It's good to have more people.
He's clicked sacrifice. Yeah, he sacrificed his rank, dude, you know? He submitted.
That can
Oh
like,
my
cycle through and
god,
want to be
that's
in the video. Just help
hilarious.
me out.
So that was certainly an interesting fight. I look forward to doing this on live realm or test realm whenever it comes out. That was honestly not really expected. It's really funny. It's really funny, you know? I really wish the devs would actually just listen though, so like I didn't have to like be this meme of like whole buff storm 24/7. But, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day, right? Not much you guys can do about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts and feedback down there and below. What did you guys interpret the whole fight as? I'm very curious to see that. And, yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching, and take care, y'all.